Georgia Southern Athletics here with head golf coach Larry Mays as the Eagles are coming off a great win at the Autotrader.com Collegiate Classic and headed to another Ocean course this weekend at the ODU OBX Invitational. Coach, tell us a little bit about this Invitational, 18 teams that are coming along, and the exciting win last weekend.
Yeah, we're headed up tomorrow to the Outer Banks of North Carolina to play at Kilmarnock Golf and Country Club up there. Looking forward to it. It'll be our first trip back up that way in a long time. I think we went back maybe 2000, 2001 when it was actually at a different course. But it's just a lovely part of the world out there on the Outer Banks. The course and the hotel and everything are right, on the ocean, and be a good experience for the boys to get up there and see a little different part of the country. And looking forward to getting playing while we got some momentum. Obviously a great win for us last week up in Atlanta. We had all 5 guys play solid, all but maybe you could throw out one round out of our 5, and everything was really solid. So they really played with what the course gave us, and we had 4 guys finish in the top 11 for the tournament. That's just outstanding, and really proud of the guys for sticking with the game plan and staying patient, especially in the second round where we really won the golf tournament when the wind really kicked up, and we just kept making a lot of pars, didn't try to do too much, just kept hitting fairways and kept hitting greens and kept ourselves out of trouble in big numbers.
Not only did Georgia Southern win, but to go along with that, 4 Eagles in the top 12 with their scores. Definitely momentum coming into this weekend, one of your last 2 tournaments, both going to be ocean tournaments, this one on the ocean, then you'll be headed to Hawaii at the beginning of November. How important is it for these fall tournaments to get the competition in, to be challenged, especially with Kilmarnock is a very challenging course? How important is it to be challenged like this now?
Well, I think usually the fall you're using these tournaments to kind of develop your core group and trying to find the guys are playing a lot of qualifying at home, trying to figure out who's going to tournaments. But then you're getting guys in tournaments, figuring out what they can do. The guys that qualify well at home but maybe don't play as well in tournaments versus the guys who maybe don't qualify as well at home but play well when their name goes on the scoreboard. So you're always trying to fill things out in the fall and trying to get some sort of a pecking order established heading into the spring. Obviously you kind of start over in the spring and you have to reevaluate everybody and how hard they worked over the break, but you have a lot of data in the box per se after the fall. So so far we've played 3 tournaments, we've got a win and a top 5, and we didn't play particularly well in our first tournament, but hopefully we can get 2 more good finishes here to finish out the fall, and we can take a break and feel good about ourselves, and then get right back at it next spring.
As you're evaluating the players in the fall, when you set the schedule for this fall season, did you take into account the difficult courses you'd be playing?
Yeah, we tried to mix it up a little bit. Obviously, Hawaii's going to be a treat for the kids, and we're enjoying that. We got that at the end of the season, so that that's the last thing we do. We go to Hawaii, we can get back. It's a long trip. They don't have to play in another tournament. They can kind of just concentrate on their studies and then go off to Thanksgiving and Christmas with their families and enjoy it. But we went to Hawaii a couple years ago, and we went right in the middle of our spring season. I think it really kind of whipped us because it is a long trip and a tough travel. So this is going to be a nice way to reward the 5 guys who played the best in the fall with a fun trip to Hawaii, and a place most of them probably have never been, and place that's I'm really looking forward to getting back to, because it is a little slice of heaven on earth. But we're definitely looking forward to that, and then each week it brings a new challenge. Some tournaments it might be the field, some tournaments it might be the course, and then again we're playing a lot of young guys still. Last week we played in the team going forward. We got 3 sophomores and 2 juniors, so we're still a young team. We're still learning about each other and still trying to get better, tournament to tournament.
We spoke a little bit off camera. You mentioned that these 5 guys would be going with you this weekend, qualifying going into the Autotrader Classic, and you feel comfortable with them moving forward. What are some of the things that go into qualifying and then moving on after you've picked up a big win?
Well, we try to qualify. We started at the beginning of the year with a lot of qualifiers to see who went to Kiowa. Obviously coming out of Kiowa, Scott Wolfus won the tournament, so he got to go to the next tournament without requalifying. We requalified, the rest of the team and took a group up to Vandy, and Scott and Charlie played well at Vandy, both finished in the top 10 at Vandy, so they got their spot at last week's Atlanta, and then we requalified everybody else. We had a great qualifier, real good week, a couple weeks of practice. We had a little bit of a break between Vandy and Atlanta, so was good for us. We played 3 different courses in qualifying. We really got to see, we had 8 or 9 of our 11 guys shoot below 220 in qualifying at 3 courses. So we had a real competitive qualifier. Took the guys up to Atlanta coming off that good qualifier, and put 4 guys in the top 11 of the tournament. And we've kind of always had a standing rule that if we win a tournament, we don't break up a winning team. So we're taking the same 5 guys this week. Obviously that can change if one guy were to play terrible the whole week and the other 4 guys play great. But it was a true team victory this past week, and had all 5 guys playing well, maybe except for that one round. But we're looking forward to building on this momentum. Hopefully go up and compete for another tournament title this week.
Coach, we know the field is very competitive, 18 teams, some teams we've not seen for a few years, but we wish you the best of luck, and we can't wait to see those scores coming out of Palace Point.